The beginning of my journey. Hello, my name is John. I always dreamed of learning English. Even though it was hard, I never gave up. I started by watching videos with English subtitles. I practiced every day, even if it was just for a few minutes. Little by little, I understood more and became confident. I always wanted to learn English. It seemed impossible at first. I faced many challenges. It was too difficult and I felt like giving up. But something inside me kept pushing forward. I wanted to travel, meet new people, and grow in my career. I knew English was the key. At first, I started small. I watched videos with subtitles and listened carefully. I didn't understand much, but I didn't give up. Slowly, the words started to make sense. I realized that learning English wasn't about being perfect, but about making progress. I remember feeling excited every time I learned a new word. I wrote down the words and practiced using them in sentences. Sometimes, I would try to say simple phrases to myself, like, "Good morning," or "How are you?" It felt good to see my progress, even if it was slow. The power of practice. I understood that practice was key. I didn't need to be perfect, but I needed to keep going. I practiced speaking English in simple situations, like ordering food or asking for directions. Even if I made mistakes, I learned from them. The more I practiced, the easier it became to speak and understand English. I felt comfortable using the language in everyday situations. I learned that mistakes weren't failures, they were part of learning. Each mistake helped me improve. I also started reading books and articles in English. At first, I chose simple books for children. The stories were easy to understand, and I learned a lot of new words. As I got better, I moved on to more challenging books. Reading helped me understand grammar and sentence structure. I also listened to English songs and tried to understand the lyrics. Music made learning fun and helped me remember new words. Sometimes I would sing along, even if I didn't get all the words right. It was a fun way to practice. Stepping outside my comfort zone. One day I took a big step. I signed up for an English class abroad. It was a bit scary, but I knew it was the only way to improve. In the new country, I had to speak English all the time. I talked to people, ordered food, and asked for help when I got lost. It was difficult, but I felt proud that I could communicate. I learned that speaking English wasn't just about knowing the words, but about being confident and not being afraid to try. This experience helped me see how much I had grown. I was no longer afraid to speak English. I could now communicate with ease. I remember my first day in the new country. Everything felt strange and exciting. I had to ask for directions to my accommodation. I was nervous, but I managed to ask a local for help. They understood me and gave clear instructions. It was a small victory, but it made me feel more confident. In the English class, I met other students from different countries. We all had different accents and levels of English, but we helped each other. We practiced speaking, writing, and listening. The teacher was patient and encouraged us to keep trying. It was a supportive environment, and I made many friends. Traveling the world. After months of hard work, I achieved one of my biggest dreams: traveling abroad. I chose London, a city I always wanted to visit. This was my chance to practice English in real life. At the airport, I felt excited and nervous. I knew this was my moment. When I asked for directions, I was surprised at how easily I understood the answers. It was a small victory, but it felt huge. During my trip, I practiced English every day. I asked for recommendations, talked to strangers, and made new friends. I realized that learning English opened up new opportunities. I could connect with people from around the world. My trip showed me that learning English wasn't just about speaking the language. It was about opening doors to new adventures. In London, I visited famous landmarks like the Big Ben, the Tower of London, and Buckingham Palace. I joined guided tours and listened carefully to the guides. I learned a lot about the history and culture of the city. Talking to locals and other tourists was also a great way to practice my English. I also tried different types of food and asked for recommendations in restaurants. It was a great way to practice speaking and learn more about British cuisine. I discovered new favorite dishes and enjoyed the experience of trying something new. Career opportunities. When I returned from my trip, I saw how much English had changed my career. Before, I felt stuck in my job. I couldn't connect with international clients, and my career seemed limited. But now, I had the skills to communicate with people from all over the world. With my new English skills, I got noticed at work. I was invited to join important projects and lead meetings with international clients. My ability to speak English made me stand out. I realized that learning English didn't just improve my personal life. It opened up new professional opportunities. I could work with people from different countries, expand my network, and take on more responsibilities. I remember my first meeting with international clients. I was nervous, but I prepared well. I practiced my presentation and made sure I knew the key points. During the meeting, I was able to communicate clearly and answer questions. The clients were impressed, and it felt great to see my hard work pay off. Learning English also helped me access more information and resources in my field. I could read articles, attend webinars, and participate in discussions with experts from around the world. It broadened my knowledge and helped me stay up to date with the latest trends and developments. Sharing the knowledge. Now fluent in English, I felt a strong desire to give back. I knew how difficult it could be to learn a new language, and I wanted to help others. I started teaching English to beginners, sharing the tips and strategies that helped me. I created simple lessons and videos to help people learn in a fun and practical way. I also created a small online community where learners could support each other. Through my work, I saw how much I could help others. People who once felt stuck were now making progress, just like I did. I realized that teaching others was one of the most rewarding parts of my journey. I enjoyed creating lessons and finding creative ways to explain difficult concepts. I used stories, pictures, and games to make learning fun. Seeing my students improve and gain confidence was incredibly fulfilling. I also organized language exchange meetups where people could practice speaking with native speakers. It was a great way to build a supportive community and provide real-life practice opportunities. We had fun conversations, learned about each other's cultures, and made new friends. The journey never ends. My journey is a reminder that learning English is not a race. It's a process. Every step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. The key is to keep practicing, stay patient, and not be afraid to make mistakes. The journey of learning English doesn't have an end. There's always something new to learn, and every day offers an opportunity to improve. My story shows that with effort and dedication, anything is possible. So, whether you're just starting out or already on your way, keep going. English will open doors for you. Doors to new adventures, new people, and new opportunities. Don't stop. Keep learning and you'll see just how far you can go. Remember, every small step you take is a step closer to your goal. Embrace the journey, enjoy the process, and celebrate your progress. Learning English will change your life in ways you never imagined.